Alright, so this is the tier list for the Syndra era. Ignore the fact that there's likely gonna be noise in the background. It's children. It's my cousin's children. I don't like my cousin's children. They are annoying as all hell. My sister's cooler. Anyways, ignore the noise that we made. Yeah. Anyways, first things first. Transition was added to the scoring. Transition was given its own aspect score. So what I mean by that is, it's the score is based on the assumption that the character is behind and didn't get any snowballing going or anything. It's just how well can they survive with a pittance amount of gold. And it's pretty much, obvious here. Characters with CC, steroids, or, high stats, or all that good stuff get extra points. I mean, like, look at the ones with with an S score. It's guys like Nautilus and Maokai and stuff like that. They have massive amounts of CC. They're naturally tanky. They got that kind of stuff going for them. And the ones with a low score are basically characters you wouldn't jungle anyways are like the AD carries. Then you got the super high scores, the A, which are like the super bruisers. Then the weaker bruisers are the ones who ended up getting C scores. Kind of like very goal dependent bruisers, more offensive wise type bruisers like Jax or Riven. A character like what's his face, Lee Sin gets a score of A because he's tanky. He's got his utility with him. But even though his transition isn't the best thing in the world with the pittance of gold, and most casters actually have good transitionings because, come on, they're casters. They can get 3 gold per 10s and then just kind of, rely on the base abilities and then eventually just get gold from those items or from, naturally being in a damn game. So casters just tend to have that better transitioning, at least better than bruisers. Anyways, first character to talk about is Rengar. Yeah, he kind of went up just a little bit in tier 3. Thing is, he's still pretty crappy, and in the jungle at least, what he pretty much devolves into is just farming. All he does is he's pretty good at farming, just clearing things, just W everything to death and run around and smash your head on the keyboard to get your ferocity up and, continue smashing or whatever. AP Rengar, Jungle Rengar doesn't work, much like Scion Rengar. I mean, like Scion Rengar, what the hell? Like Scion, AP Rengar Scion. It's better in the lane than it is in the jungle. So AD Rengar, the kind of one you want in the jungle, is still not all that great at all unless he gets super, super far, which is something you're not going to happen in the jungle. But anyway, he can just clear things fast. Diana. She went slightly up in tier 2 as well, though. Kind of helps that Hecarim left tier 2. I just love the fact that she can go 3 gold items and, later on just keep farming and rely on her base values because they're so damn good. And, like, your utility-wise, she's alright. Dash in, press E. That might be considered initiation, then she'll die right after. But at least she can do something. And I like the fact that she's a really great AP jungle. She's just, like, I don't have to go into all that crap I went into on her tier listing. It's just I like the fact that gold items work on her very, very, very well. Anyways, Fiddlesticks, support Fiddlesticks is making a bad, he's making some noise. It's no doubt that, his jungle is completely atrocious early game because everybody can go in and slap him in the nuts and he falls apart. The thing is, regardless of how destroyed he is, his transition is still amazingly godly because he's still got a lot of dispersion. His CC is amazing, and it's goddamn Fiddlesticks. It's like, oh, what the hell's Fiddlesticks? Ka. There, everybody's now dead. He killed 3 people. His transitioning is, he might have got screwed in the jungle, but now he's back into the full game. Thing is, the guy just packs so much CC he can survive on basically no damn items because, it's a CC. So if anything, he's just a weaker. He's a support. You can consider him like damn support jungler now, and I kind of would say he is a support jungler. You can build. I've been building him Shirelia's Reverie, and gold items and buying wards, running around with early oracles. Like sure, I'm probably gonna die, but if all else fails, I can just stand in the back and throw crows everywhere and silence people. That just a well placed or a well balanced Stark Wind can win a damn team fight. So. Nothing bad there. Oh, definitely going up. Shyvana, I personally kind of still don't like her, but I have to admit, now that Dr. Mundo isn't being played, and I would say Dr. Mundo's not being played not because he's like bad or anything, it's because he's She's kind of boring. It's kind of the same reason I think Shyvana's boring. So, since people like using Shyvana more over Dr. Mundo, I tend to fight a lot of Shyvana. And since Maokai, Nunu, and those kind of old school control junglers, or weak duelist kind of guys are coming out, she can abuse a Maokai. Sure, Maokai will be ganking people, but Shyvana will farm, her jungle, then will farm Maokai's jungle, then will farm Maokai if she finds him. And when it comes to Nunu, Shyvana used to be an old school farmer jungler, though she kind of was controlled hybrid right there. Old school farm jungler, and very, very damn good at that. So what she would tend to do is farm the crap out of her jungle and walk away before Nunu even showed up, so Nunu had nothing to steal. So old school farming beats old school control jungling because you just outpace the person. Nunu wasn't ever really relatively fast. Shyvana was actually the fastest jungler, well, besides Mordekaiser, but that's kind of a joke. Jungler in the game in the old jungle, and she kind of still is pretty much the fastest in this one. So just outpace the control jungler. Sejuani. Honestly, I've been playing her, and if you man up and put her cooldown reduction runes and buy early cooldown reduction, and you pretty much go gun-ho on every single lane and try to start shit, then she'll do fine. She kind of just has to snowball, which is kind of weird for her to be trying to do, considering she's more like a support tank kind of thing. So it's like I buy all the cooldown reduction I can. I mean, like, I'll buy that red cooldown reduction component for Shurelia's. You have runes and mastery set for cooldown reduction on her, and with blue buff early, and just kind of run around and spam W and try to kill things and throw snowballs. Well, no, ram them with my giant fat pig and then throw the giant ultimate whenever I could. She works really, really well with non-mana needing mids, the ones you don't have to donate. So she goes up because gold items and the fact that she's actually a lot better than even I thought. Ruin. Well, she went down a hell of a lot. I just don't see her as much, though. That's not kind of taking the factor. I mean, it does really have a factor in this. It's just honestly, like, I used her, and a lot of people have used her, and they kind of stopped using her because she's snowballing as hell. I mean, she can carry a game. Like, if she gets kills, she destroys everybody. But if she doesn't, then she kind of feels, like dead weight for a while, unless she gets, fortunate in a team fight and picks off a few of the kills. Otherwise, she's kind of just really behind. Like, so she's kind of like a more reasonable snowballing jungler compared to like Shaco. She has a successful ganking. She's doesn't really require mana. She's just cooldown reliant. She's very mobile and all that good stuff. But if she gets behind, she gets behind. She needs to build damage in order to do anything. And since there's a lot less farm in the jungle, she has to go devote that few farm into damage, thus sacrificing tankiness. So you get that whole dilemma again. Anyways, now comes Hecarim. Yeah, we talked about him last time. And honestly, yeah, he's finally a tier 1 because he snowballs like crazy really quickly and he's so damn mobile. I'm like, this guy can do tricks other junglers can only dream of doing. And while his ganking is very simple, just ram them up the ass by charging at them, and it doesn't seem to do a lot, it's actually doing a lot more than you would think. For starters, it hurts like crap when you ram into them and hit them with your Q, charged up Q. They can't really counterfight because you're just going to heal everything up because your teammates blasting at them with your W up, unless you're doing it by yourself, which in most cases won't result in a kill. And he's very mobile, so you can just go back and do it again. If they don't use an escape, then the next one's going to become a lot easier. And he's got a lot of he's very good at repeat ganks on a lane. And then, of course, he's probably the god of direct ganks. They're nasty as all hell. Syndra, not really much to say about her. It's like, she's just a female Karthus. Spam your Q, things die, and you never really use your other abilities except maybe to gain your mana or to do a little bit more damage to the big camps. But she's not really impressive, but she's not really just terrible. I'm like, I could see using her if I'm like, I want to use Syndra, but I don't want to be mid lane kind of deal. She's just a Karthus with boobs, or hips, or a cooch, but that's a whole different. I'm gonna get us in trouble for saying. Anyways, just she's okay as long as you can handle your own balls and not mishandle them or whatever, then you're gonna come out with a good stroke of luck. A lot of you're gonna be good. Anyways, yeah, for Syndra.